move on and have a look at 8b, which is the circumference of the circle. It's the outside edge and it's a measure of length. And when you're measuring length, you get help from wherever you can. The circle itself has three major parts: the circumference, which is the outside edge, the width called the diameter, and radius, which is exactly half of d, goes from the midpoint to the outside edge. Circumference, diameter, and radius. The circumference itself is about 3 or a little bit over 3 times the length of one diameter, and that has a name called pi. When we work out the circumference, given the diameter, we multiply it by a bit over 3. It's an inexact number. It has its own symbol. It's called pi. Capital P, small I, not to be confused with pi eat. And when we apply that to a formula, we get the formula circumference equals pi times d, or c equals pi d. Or if using the radius, circumference equals 2 pi r, because r is half the length of d. So either pi times d or 2 pi r. Let's have a look at question 5, which is applying circumference equals pi times d. So part A, pi times 10, and then part E, pi times 1.8. Straightforward examples of c equals pi d. Question 6, which I'm brilliantly drawing now, is using 2 pi r. Part A, 2 times pi times 15, and then part F, 2 times pi times 1.7. That's an example of c equals 2 pi r. In question 9, deals with a semicircle. So the circumference, semi meaning half, means it's half the normal circumference. C equals pi d divided by 2. Don't forget, you need to add in that 3 centimeters if you are going to do the total of the outside edge. Question 12, Jack complains his little sister is too slow. Mum says because she has to work harder. Part A, we compare the circumferences of both bikes. Jack's has 55 centimetre a diameter and Lily has 52. You can see that his circumference is much more than hers. In part B, we can work out how many times each one turns per K. Divide 1,000 by Jack's, divided by 1.7279, and his turns 578. Lily 579 times. However, Lily's turns about 995 times, in which case the mum is quite right. Lily has to work much harder per kilometre. In question 14, you're asked to, given the circumference, to work out the diameter and the radius being half of d. In this instance, we're doing the inverse, which means that we are going to be dividing the circumference by d. Make d the subject. So instead of c equals pi times d, we will have d equals circumference divided by pi. We find that it's 99.95 centimetres, the radius, and therefore r is half of that. It's 49.97.